Today, I'm going to be sharing with you how I helped this busy mom of 5 lose 27 pounds and 8 inches off of her waist, eating over 1,000 calories more a day, all by healing her gut. And we're going to be going through her diet, her training, her nutrition, and she's actually going to be joining us today, sharing all of her thoughts and all of the challenges that she faced on her health journey. Thank you so much for joining me today, Amy. I want to kind of start off. Can you tell me a little bit more about your body stats and what health struggles you were facing before coming to me?
Before I came to Elizabeth, I was really struggling. I had chronic constipation, I had fatigue, brain fog, many things that I just didn't feel good at all. And I had been to many doctors, 4 or 5, and nobody could give me anything or help me really. They just prescribed meds. And then I decided I would try Elizabeth, and she changed everything for me.
And when you came to me, were you coming to me for gut health, or were we also going for fat loss also? And what were kind of your body stats before coming to me, like your weight, where you were at macro-wise, calories?
Before I came to Elizabeth, I was 183 pounds. I was focusing on my gut because I was having lots of stomach issues. I was unsettled. I didn't feel good. I was bloated. Now, after 6 months with Elizabeth, I am focusing on gut. I have lost 27 pounds, so I'm around 156. And that is not even focusing on the weight at all, just healthy eating and doing her protocol.
And you're eating over 1,000 calories more a day and down 27 pounds. Am I right?
Yep.
I love it. And can you tell me a little bit more about the specific digestive issues that you were dealing with? I know you had chronic constipation, but I know we also had like undigested food in our stool. We had a bunch of kind of things going on.
I would eat food and it would literally be in the toilet. So it was totally undigested. And chronic constipation, so I couldn't go for a few days, a week. And then I started with Elizabeth and I did her protocol, and it eventually changed, and it's almost 100%.
And before we go into like diet and everything we did, when we have these digestive issues or when we're trying all these diets and our goal is fat loss and things aren't working, it could really make us feel kind of like stuck, especially after we're spending all these money with these doctors. So can you kind of tell me a little bit more about what different types of treatments and things you tried prior to coming to my program?
Before I started with Elizabeth, I went to some doctors and they basically just gave me ointments, topical stuff to try. They never really looked into anything. They just kind of said, try this, try that. They're just not helpful. When I got to Elizabeth, she took a chance on me and she really, really guided me and helped me. I have no use for conventional doctors, really.
And when you say topicals, were we having skin issues also going on?
No, not really. It was more for the constipation.
Gosh, I know those. They used to put me on the Miralax and the Dugalax, and I mean like massive doses of it. And it just made me feel more bloated. And we have to always kind of get down to the root cause of why we're having these constipation and why we're unable to lose weight. Is it the hormones? Is the gut? How were these kind of health issues that we were facing? How are they affecting your daily life, like your overall well-being?
It was kind of started out and I didn't really realize how bad it was. And then probably 6 months later, I was almost lying in bed daily. My husband, he was having to stay home from work, get the kids on the bus. I have 5 kids. I have quite a bit to do. I just couldn't manage it. Overall, I just didn't feel good. And I didn't know really what was wrong. And so he was like, I got to go to work. This isn't working. So we got to fix you. When I went to Elizabeth, everything just changed. She was a huge, huge help.
Could you tell me a little bit more about how soon in the program you started seeing results and if there was any specific things that really helped you start feeling better?
Probably about 2 to 3 weeks in, I started noticing a bit of a change. I was doing something about it. I didn't really have anything from the other doctors to work on. They don't really give you much. Elizabeth made a program and we started with that. And over a month, I definitely saw a difference.
What changes did you specifically see? Like, did the bloating go down? What were the changes with our bowel movements or the weight? Like specifics did we see?
I noticed I did lose, I'd have to look exactly, but I did lose some weight in the beginning, in the first month. I noticed bloating, my stomach didn't hurt as much. I definitely had a lot of anxiety. Sleep, I wasn't sleeping well. That improved. Elizabeth gave me tools that I could use to reduce that, and that was really helpful.
With Amy, what we kind of did, so when she came to me, we had all of these gut issues going on. But on top of that, we wanted to do fat loss as well. So I do something called a 4R protocol with my clients. So I structured everything over the 12 weeks with her so that we were able to kind of remove the food triggers that could be causing the gas, the bloating. Also, when we're not going to the bathroom, that's when we start having that fermentation of the gut, which can lead to an overgrowth of bad bacteria, things like yeast infections happening. So I really focused on correcting the insufficiencies, her stomach acid, adding in the right specific probiotics to help rebuild her gut lining, all while working on her stress, her sleep, because those have a huge impact on your gut transit time, that motility, that gut-brain access. And then over the course of the 12 weeks, we were adding in specific food for healing her gut, for getting that diversity back, for helping with the anxiety, all while increasing that food, adding in strength training so that she was able to build muscle, boost her metabolism, all while healing the gut and see the body composition goals that she wanted as well. I know you're a busy mom. We got 5 kids going on, and we're only training 3 days a week. So tell me, how did everything work? I know you probably thought, oh my God, I'm coming to Elizabeth. I'm going to have to do this extreme diet, train like 6 days a week to get results. How did you find my program with balance with you?
I found it very easy, actually, because Elizabeth just guides you. She made a program for me. And so I was working out 3 days a week. And then I was doing about 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And then I would do 2 walks or 2 runs or whatever it was at that point. And it went really well. And if you follow Elizabeth, then you do what she says, then you'll be good.
With that though, with being like a busy mom, did you feel overwhelmed? Any crazy meal planning, or what aspects kind of helped you create this balance? Because it's about sustainability.
I just meal planned a little bit. Not too much. I don't like too much meal planning. So at the beginning of the week, I just made it simple. I made some carbs, and then I had my proteins and made sure I had some vegetables. And each meal, I just kind of threw it together and weighed it out, and it worked really well. I made my own food. I didn't really eat what the kids were eating. It worked well.
When it comes to food and everything, guys, it's not about making all these crazy recipes. With my clients, what I like to do is kind of teach them like my basics on how to create that perfect meal to master your metabolism, because no one wants to spend hours in the kitchen and all this extra time. I know when I first started kind of my health journey, I went to a nutritionist. She told me, okay, you got to make all these fancy things. I spent a couple $100s on produce. Then I didn't want to eat it and it all went bad. I like to kind of teach you how to create the master meals so you guys can save time and money in the kitchen to make it simple and fit your lifestyle. Because it's about the sustainability when it comes down to it. It really is.
I kept it really simple. You're eating whole foods. It's simple. And you just find the sauces and things that you like and that are clean, and it went really well.
I know a lot of people that come to me, they're like, Elizabeth, I've been to every digestive doctor. I have all these gut issues going on. I haven't gotten any results. Why do you feel like I was able to get you those results? Like, how was my program different, you feel like? Because you said you spent all this money going to the doctors and tried all these other things, but they didn't work.
I feel like Elizabeth, she made time to listen. When you go to the conventional doctors, they don't have time. They don't really want to listen out your story and the real issues that are maybe going on. They just want to give you a medication or a prescription. Elizabeth, she wants to find the root cause, and she gets down to the details, and I couldn't find that anywhere else.
It really is like the big thing is the education for me. It's like, I want you to understand why we're constipated, what we're doing, why we're making these changes, and all in more of a holistic way. Because if we don't address the root cause, for us, we had an imbalance of the good and bad bacteria in the gut. We were getting things like yeast infections. We didn't have enough stomach acid, so we weren't breaking down our food, leading to indigested food in our bathroom. So we really had to work on correcting those insufficiencies. So now that we're able to balance everything out, we're pooping now. we're having, no indigested food in our soul. Our energy goes up because we're healing the gut and you're absorbing, you're assimilating your nutrients. And even like anxiety, how's your anxiety now compared to where it was in the beginning?
It's much better because I feel in control. I know what I'm doing for the most part. At the beginning, I didn't know left from right. I didn't know what was up or down. Elizabeth has given me tools. I feel in control, so then the anxiety goes way down.
So since wrapping up my program, how has your health kind of continued to improve? Have you continued to lose weight? How's your digestive system, your energy? How's everything continued to move forward?
Since I've been worked with Elizabeth, I have lost a little bit of weight since. Everything's still going the same. I feel like it's because I have the tools to do this. I'm very grateful for all the help that she gave me because I feel like I have the tools now to continue on my own.
By tools, do you mean like you understand kind of what to do if you get bloated? Can you expand a little bit more on that?
I feel like because you've given me tools for like how to eat properly, how to eat clean. Before people say they're eating clean and say you're eating clean, well, what is that really? I feel like I know what true clean eating is now. Also with exercise, like I underestimated the power of walking and jogging and running. Now I do that on my own. Just little things like that, or healthy snacks, healthy things that she suggested that I can get now or do myself.
Since we got this gut healed and we got you feeling better, how has this impacted like your family life and just your overall quality of life? Because when your gut doesn't feel good, it takes over your life to where all you can think about is, what do I need to eat? What did I do wrong? What food do I need to add in? For me, it wrecked relationships with family and everything because I just always felt so bad and that's all I can talk about.
Before I was in bed, like on weekends, I remember like last summer, I basically feel like I ruined my family's weekend because I was lying around in bed or on the couch. I was crying. I just didn't feel good at all. My husband looked after the kids and it was too much for him too. And since I can look after my family, I'm eating healthier, I'm working out. I feel like I can manage my life and the daily stresses that come with life with 5 kids, and I can manage it. I'm very grateful for that.
I'm proud of you. You're a superhero to so many people. Like you even travel like every weekend and everything. And we made this work with the travel. And how is that? Like you're like, Elizabeth, I'm starting a program. I'm going to be traveling like every other month.
We travel quite a bit. We go to the States and we go to Europe. This year I'm going about 4 times. Last year I think I went 5 times, and they're not long trips. So I just really try and focus on what Elizabeth told me to work on, get a lot of protein and take my supplements. Don't forget your supplements. Try and stay in a routine when I'm traveling and try and get enough sleep. Move your body if you don't have a gym. That has helped a lot when I'm traveling.
Did you used to kind of get anxiety, like thinking, oh my God, I'm going on vacation. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I'm going to not work out. I'm going to lose all my gains.
I just try not to stress too much about when I'm traveling and just do my best. It usually goes well.
I'm glad to hear that. When we just set up our meals properly, you don't need to be on vacation and tracking every calorie. You're moving, you're getting out by prioritizing the protein. We, hit the leptin and the ghrelin, so you're satiated. And it's really just how we set and structure things, which is why I love working with people that have the busy lifestyles and travel a lot, because I feel like a lot of the times that's our biggest fear. We think, I can't start my journey because I'm traveling now or have this vacation, but the truth is there's always going to be a trip or there's always going to be an event. And if we learn how to eat and stay on track in a simple way during these times, then your results are going to be endless because that hard part is now overcome.
Well, before I started with Elizabeth, I think it was November, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't do it now. Maybe I should just wait till after Christmas. And I was like, screw that. She's going to have to show me how to do it through December. So I just did it. It went fine. It didn't make a difference over Christmas. It was good. So I'm glad I did that.
I love it. Now we're down 27 pounds and we still going, babe.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to ask you, because a lot of people, they come to me and they're on low calories. And I know we're focused more on gut, but we gave you fat loss too, because I like to kind of give you the best of both worlds. But a lot of people are on the very low calories. For me to say, hey, we're going to focus actually on increasing the food. And you're like, I'm not hungry. I can't get in the food. So someone coming, you came from like 1,000 calories a day, and I literally took you up to, we're over 2,000 now. I think we're at 2,000. How was that mindset wise? What was going on through your mind? I'm going to eat more food and lose weight.
I tried not to think about it. I just tried to follow Elizabeth's plan and trust her. Kind of for women, I think automatically your brain goes to, if you want to lose weight, you have to just eat less. You think it's going to happen, but it doesn't work. I was 183 pounds. I didn't know what to eat, when to eat. Food was just stressful. Since I've worked with Elizabeth, I've increased my calories almost 1,000, and I've lost almost 30 pounds. That goes to show that reverse dieting works.
Oh, it does. Especially like perimenopause, guys. Like, you're a busy mom, so we're eating 1,000 calories more a day. We healed the gut. We got the anxiety down. We got us to the plate where you're only training 3 days a week. You can make this with your lifestyle. You can go on the busy trips and all that. But when it comes down to it, it's like, when we hit perimenopause, because you're in your 40s, what used to work in our 20s, it doesn't work anymore. We go towards these intermittent fasting and these keto and carnivore, and we're cutting our carbs out. And we end up with more cravings, more anxiety, more stress in our system. Our sleep goes, and then we get more of that pear-shaped belly fat. My whole approach is when we focus on the gut and the hormones and find that good balance and we heal from within, everything comes simple. And we always think we need to go harder on cutting calories, harder on the cardio, but it's not about that. We got to get the inflammation down so your body can regulate and come back to its homeostasis and heal.
Exactly.
Do you have any other health things that we overcome together, or any other things that you would like to say?
If you're looking for someone to help you with any of these issues that you've had similar to what I've had, I would really recommend Elizabeth. She has changed my life. She was super helpful, and I am forever grateful for her.
I love you so much. And I just want to thank you for coming on and sharing your story today, because the whole reason why I do these transformations is just show other women out there that we don't have to put our body through extremes. I've done every extreme out there: keto, carnivore, vegan, raw, vegan, fruitarian. I was a postmenopausal, had all the gut issues, and you can heal your body. You can lose weight. My motto is stronger and sexier with age, but we have to do it in a way to get our health back. And it's not as simple as cut all the calories out, or if I'm trying to heal my gut, add in a probiotic, because everybody's body is so different. And you showed women today by hopping on that, you know what, you don't have to do an extreme. You could be an incredible mom, back in your bikini, feeling your sexiest self, post menopause, whatever it is. It doesn't matter, because you can heal and you put in the work. And I'm just so proud of you, and I'm honored to have you a part of my team, babe. I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining us today.